Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Green Chemist podcast, Forging the Future of Beauty. Dr. Barbara Olioso, the Green Chemist, and I would like to ask you today a question. What is really going on in the beauty industry today? Well, I've just come back from Cosmoprof Bologna 2026, which was themed around the future of beauty. This show is one of the biggest trade shows in the world, and it's visited by 250,000 people every year. And what it shows is that the future of beauty is shifting fast. And so in this episode, my first episode, I would like to share with you the 4 major trends which were highlighted at Cosmoprof. And also I would like to share with you the insights and the products that caught my eye the most. So let's start with the beauty trends, and this is in collaboration with Beauty Streams, a market research company which has this long-term partnership at Cosmoprof. So the number one trend is longevity. Longevity rules, and longevity in a way is well-being revisited, renamed and elevated. And in fact, this is a phenomenon which is not only occurring in cosmetics, it's happening with food and even fashion. Just look at the shoes people wear today. I'm Italian originally, and there is a lot of attention on shoes, and you can spot Italians usually from the shoes they wear. And I noticed this year that a lot of people wear comfortable trainers. So there are a lot of, fancy kind of trainers, but the essence of that is that people want to be comfortable. They put comfort first because they're looking at, living better for longer. So when we translate this trend to the cosmetic industry, what it means is skinification of different cosmetic applications. So, for example, color cosmetics, sun care, and obviously scalp and hair. So people don't expect the product just to change the appearance of hair and skin, but also to have, multiple benefits to extend the longevity and the health of the scalp, the skin, the hair, and so on. So what kind of ingredients can deliver these? Exosomes seem to be very common these days, thanks to the plethora of actives that are concentrated in exosomes, which are from plants, and also this regeneration or this longevity type of trend is really interpreted in many different ways, and at the moment there isn't a prevailing sort of interpretation. So it will be interesting to see how this trend develops in all its different expressions. So it's a very exciting time. Also longevity can be interpreted with the inner-outer approach, and so nutritional supplements are taking the lead, especially supplements with NAD+, which has these longevity properties. So the other interesting trend I saw was biotech, and I was really pleased to see this. And basically it allows the use of really high-tech, high-performance substances which are from renewable sources. And this is really a great advantage, and it's really pushing the boundaries of performance of natural cosmetics, as they can deliver biomimetic renewable ingredients. Now we see retinol, we see panthenol, even niacinamide, which are very well known skin hero ingredients, which are now being available from renewable sources. So one of the key ways this longevity is interpreted with biotech is really boosting, reinforcing the skin barrier of the skin. And at the moment, really, biotech is at the beginning, and it's really delivering a lot of great ingredients, and brands are really embracing these ingredients. The third trend is really is called so cool, so cooling products. And cooling products are not new in the beauty industry, but what's new is really the role they play. So cooling is associated with cold therapy. You know, a few years ago there was this trend of cold water therapy, and how cold water therapy can reduce cortisol and stress levels. So in a way it's used to deliver a stress release, and also to deliver a new sensoriality, because there is nothing like a night, at the right moment with the right product to have these cooling effects. And the fourth trend is sensoriality, as this cooling in a way predicted. Sensoriality is key as consumers are getting more sophisticated and they are experiencing these evolving textures. So we have oils that go into milks, or mousse that goes into oil, dissolvable sheets, all sorts of new textures, also very elegant, silicone-like without the silicones. And there are a lot of green chemistry ingredients coming to market, but are really focused on delivering these new elegant sensorialities. So it's all about delighting the sensing, surprising the senses. And this is how cosmetics are evolving, and it's so nice to see this role and how they can help contributing to people's well-being. So what kind of products stood out at Cosmoprof? As I got into the main section, what I could see is really the awards, the Cosmopack awards, because it's such a big trade show. It's nice to be able to see the winners and the shortlisters in these different categories. And I would like just to mention a few that I feel most relevant for me. So in the green and organic section, the Nordic beauty brand Nobi was shortlisted with the Forest Elixir Microbiome Strengthening Toner. It has Cosmos accreditation, and it's a beautiful brand from Finland. It's got beautiful branding, beautiful presentation, but that is not the key reason why it caught my eye. Yes, it's important, but what was really surprising was having this premium looking brand providing products that are dark in color, dark brown, because the key active ingredient is from the Finnish forest, which is called Reconnecting Nature, which has strong microbiome friendly properties. And it happens to be dark brown, and basically the color, a brown color, usually will be challenging because there is a kind of cult of white or near white around the beauty industry, and actually now it's shifting away from this kind of rigid model of appearing all white or nearly white. And it's so nice that this Finnish dynamic company is kind of educating people about the value of brown products, because obviously they can deliver properties that maybe a white product doesn't, because of the particular special actives that are in these extracts. So I really thought the times are changing and brown is in, not just white. Then in the sustainability category, what caught my eye was the upcycled Wonderful Family Balm by Anjak. And this comes as a kind of prediction. About a year ago, I did a webinar with In Cosmetics Global about upcycling. And I did say, given all the plethora of upcycled ingredients, we could now launch a completely upcycled beauty product. And it's happened at Cosmoprof, even though this is not by a brand. This is from a contract manufacturer, and they claim this product is 99.88% upcycled thanks to the use of several upcycled oils such as grapeseed, apricot and mirabelle plum oil, and it also contains upcycled rice bran wax. So it's good to see a Cosmoprof, which is nearer the marketplace, taking these kind of concepts. So thumbs up for the upcycled wonderful family balm. And finally, in the hair care category, hair are very big at Cosmoprof. There are pavilions with all sorts of exhibitors supplying all sorts of hair products. And this one was the featherless, weightless conditioning powder. So again, it fits with the trend of this evolving, transforming texture. And it has the opportunity of being suitable for a refillable container or even a plastic-free container thanks to the powder format. This concept was delivered by L'Antique Mura, which is also a development or contract manufacturer which was exhibiting there. And the product can be used on wet hair after the shampoo, and it contains natural derived cationic guar gum with rice starch and jojoba oil. So what all of these means for the brands? I think it's about delivering multiple benefits in one product to really touch all these different trends, your longevity, the textures, and the skinification. And also what's happening is that because the marketplace is quite competitive, I think it's important to deliver validation points. And I would like to give an example from Cosmoprof. The British brand Dr. Organic was promoting specific products, and they had these lovely mini posters where they were showing the product's benefits. They were showing the sustainability benefits all in one place, showing how they are really spreading the communication. And for example, they had the exfoliating Hydra BHA serum, which is claimed to have 27% reduction in sebum production in 28 days. And they also did a consumers panel test where 9 out of 10 users saw noticeable improvements of skin imperfections after 28 days. And on top of that, they have Cosmos Organic certification and B Corp accreditation. So they give you the performance validation and they give you the naturality and ethics validation through these two systems. And it wasn't just one product. They also had 2 more products. One was the smoothing phytoretinol serum, claiming 11% wrinkle reduction after 18 days and a 13% increase in skin radiance after 28 days. Again, validation with Cosmos Organic certification and B Corp. And the third product, the plumping hyaluronic acid serum, with a 25% hydration boost in only 15 minutes and an hydration increase after 24 hours, making it really give you also fast results. There is no distinction. The distinction between organic and non-organic in terms of performance is really blurring. They're showing you these products work. So, and they come with organic validation and B Corp. So why not buying these products instead? And Dr. Organic has very good distribution in the UK with Holland & Barrett. So they position themselves at a reasonable price point and they're really coming to market with something that is performing, cost effective, and with validation points behind. So that tells you how competitive, how fast the industry is evolving. There was also another brand that caught my eye on the wellness front, and that was the Within 5149 Sensory Fusion and Soulful Discovery. essentially this is a fragrance brand, but branching into the well-being, a little bit of a sort of spiritual aspect, where they combine the power of gemstone, the power of sound, and the power of neurology all in one product. We know the power of scents and how they can affect our limbic system. So this brand has collaborated with IFF and using their science of wellness technology, as well as LMR Naturals Initiative, to create really harmonizing, sort of well-being inducing fragrances, which contain also some kind of crystals, and each fragrance is also associated with a particular sound. So this approach to well-being is really touching on multiple senses, so the scent, the sound, and obviously all the sort of spiritual or emotional aspect that is behind. So this is a truly multisensorial brand, beautifully presented with premium packages, so visually it is also very elegant. So what all of these trends have in common, I believe, is the data. So whether it's Dr. Organic putting clinical percentages on their posters, or the Nobi backing up the beautiful dark brown color with real science showing the benefits on the skin microbiome, or even within 5149, with these scientifically tested fragrances to boost these harmonious minds, all of them, they have this thing in common. So they all have data to validate their claim, their position, their credibility. And this is really important today, that whatever we do, when we start the concept development and then moving into the ingredient selection, we really need to have a plethora of data, scientific, cosmetic science data, or clinical trials data, or even sustainability data. And that's one of the reasons why I have started the Green Chem Finder, which is essentially a database with over 20 criteria based on the 3 pillars of cosmetic science, sustainability, and regulatory, to help formulators save time and get all sorts of the best outlook on what's available to them, and pinpoint, with precision, the ingredients that can work best in their formulations. And at the moment, the platform is focused mainly on preservation, but who knows how it's going to evolve. But this is just an example how at Cosmoprof you can really see that data, beyond the trends, data is key. You need that. So that was Cosmoprof 2026, longevity, biotech, cooling, and sensorial experiences that are reshaping what beauty products can be, how they can be experienced and enjoyed by consumers. And as said, the industry is moving really fast. And so brands and formulators need to respond fast. And I will be moderating a roundtable about green preservation in Cosmetics Global on day 2 at 12:15 at the Sustainability Zone Theatre. I will be joined by Fernando Ibarra of Evident Ingredients, then Olivia Santoni of Bloom Regulatory, and then Ben El-Madi from MSL Microbiology. So I hope to see you there. If not, I will write probably a summary article on my newsletter. So if you want to have a follow-up and keep in touch with the latest news, please go to the greenchemfinder.com and sign up for the newsletter. And also, your support is very important to me. I appreciate you listening to this podcast, and I hope you found it helpful, and it would make a lot of a difference if you could like and share this podcast with friends and colleagues who might benefit from it. And I hope you will join me in my next episode. And thank you very much for listening again. I'm Barbara Olioso, and have a lovely day, and thank you.